Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Catch Up with Toyiba. My name is Toyiba, and I'm a Nigerian. And anywhere I go, this is how I introduce myself. Before we go into the discussion for today, which is not a podcast, by the way, it's just going to be fun. I hope so. I want to talk a little about my background. I studied all through my life in Nigeria until 3 years ago when I came to South Korea to further my studies to obtain my master's degree. And right now, anywhere I go, I make sure that I effect the Nigerian spirit onto people that are with me or people that I met. So over the time, people have asked me, what are the common slangs or common words in Nigeria that you can teach us? So even if I said I wouldn't teach them, at the end of the day, I ended up like saying one or two things in words. People that are familiar with people from Ilorin, where I came from, I hail from Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. We are so used to saying far. So anytime anyone angers me or I want to make emphasis on sentences, I just add far at the end. Leave me far. I don't like this far, stuff like that. So yeah, like we have on the screen, I came up with this set of slangs that are common over the 2022 and 2023 New Year, and I feel like they are like the common and popular ones these days. So why don't we delve into them? The first one is God I beg. That's just the way you say it. God I beg. And as in the simple definition that I had it, this phrase is a plea to God in the Nigerian pidgin language, which means please God. So you usually say God I beg when you need to like get off a very frustrating situation, or when you sympathize or empathize with someone on their decision making or on their choice of words or on their attitude or character, or you just cannot take it anymore. Just say, God, I beg, you know. For example, if you read sad news about somebody or even good news, in the part of sad news, you may read that something happened somewhere, a fire broke out or something, and then for the third time, you just have, God, I beg, like, please, God, it's enough. So on the part of the happy part, aside from that people say when they listen to couples talk, or when they see couples are showing affection to themselves, people still say God I beg to, like, God please, am I a mango, why don't I have someone, stuff like that. So it's quite popular in Nigeria right now. Number two is they play. Just they play. So this basically means that when they play is in use as phrase, it means to continue wasting your time and not focus on things that are supposed to be accomplished. Just they play ironically mocks others to keep wasting their time on unnecessary things. Like, for instance, you're working with a supervisor and you guys were like three, and one person is very lazy. You approach the person and ask, have you done your part of the work? And it's like, oh, I will do it. They play. Just they play, That's quite the example that comes to my head right now. But you can also ask me which other ones comes to your head, and I will confirm if just the play works in that favor. The number three slang is shey the wine mini. I'm sorry I may not be saying these things properly, or I'm not doing justice to them, but I wish that I can share videos or clips where these words were actually used so you can get what I'm saying. But I'm trying so hard right now to paint a smooth picture of what I mean. So with shey the wine mini, shey the wine mini, it trended pretty well in 2020 actually on the internet, and the slang has different meanings, but it can be said to mean hope you are not playing or messing with me. You understand? Shey the wine mini. If you say something outrageous or ridiculous to someone, and instead of them to bust out cursing or saying mean words to you, they say, shey the wine mini. Are you playing with me? Or is this playing? What kind of playing is this? So these slangs are actually really useful to empathize, to sometimes people use it to express curiosity. You can't imagine, seriously. It's so interesting. So the third one is Sokpe Otilo. Sokpe Otilo. Like say it is gone. So the slang is a Yoruba. It's a phrase actually that means that it is gone. It is completely and usually used when it is completed and usually used when all hopes have been dashed. So it means like maybe you were expecting to meet someone somewhere and you got there late, and instead of the person to wait for you, they left. So by the time you got there and you saw someone, you asked, "Oh, is Mister something around? Is it still around?" And the person can just say, "Otilo." You don't go, or maybe you were supposed to get something from someone. Maybe you had told them before that you needed that thing and stuff, and then you didn't speak up, and the thing eventually finished at the person's side. Then you go there, or you could make a call, and they're like, "Oh, it's finished." And I say, "Oh, to law." You don't go, or things that are just time conscious events that you tried your best to actually do, and then you were unable to do it, and people were like, "What's the law? It's gone." I really hope I'm I really hope I'm getting the point home with these explanations. I'm trying my best. Oh, so and is actually the number fifth slang here. It's more of like emphasizer than a slang. Still, I'll categorize it as slang because people use it a lot for emphasis. This exclamation has different interpretation depending on the context in which it was used. It could mean I get it, and so, yes, okay, continue. As I was saying, that reminds me, and so on and so forth. So it is important for me to stress here that this is from the Yoruba language of Nigeria. Nigeria has over 200 ethnic groups and over 500 languages. So it is important to state this so that while you're watching this, you don't expect to use these slangs only all over Nigeria. To each ethnic or to each language is or our own to each language is its own uh, exclamation or emphasizers or slangs. So it will be best if you try to find out if the person this is actually common with the three major ethnic groups in Nigeria, which are the Igbos, the Hausas, and the Yorubas. So whenever you want to say is that so? Or which means yes, or which means and so, and you know, okay, all right, this is what I wanted, I'm now satisfied. These are all the meanings that are attached to it, and so you see why it's important that I include it in this list. The next one is sapa. This Sapa word is actually very common and it's pretty sad because there are lots of economical problems in Nigeria. A lot of people now are having difficulty with sustaining their standard of living. So this is where the Sapa word comes into use. Sapa is used to describe a state of being extremely broke or poor, usually after spending extravagantly. Sapa is a mild way of saying a person is suffering or lacks money. So when I say, "Oh, Sapa ti mú mi," like Sapa has arrested me, it means that I'm so poor, I have no money. So that's that on that. There are so many other examples, but I'd like to run through the rest and then I will come back with more examples in the end. Number 7 is Japa. This word is popular amongst youth, which is Yoruba word for to run. It means to run or to flee or to escape. The word takes firm root in the aspiration that young Nigerians must leave the country for good if they want to be successful in their careers or in their life. Yeah, it is a general belief right now, although I cannot confirm or dispute that Nigeria is not offering a lot for the youth. So many people are trying to find ways to go abroad to study. So when they say, "Motfe Japa," like I want to run, I want to leave the country, I want to escape from this suffering and all that. So yeah, that's about Japa. Then there is Abi, She, or Ba. So when I say your name is Tolu Abi, it means I'm expecting you to confirm or deny that your name is Tolu. She, you are okay. It means are you sure that you are okay? You know. So they're just tricky emphasizes to make sure that the listener gets the message of our talk. So according to my note here, Abi, She, or Ba, they are slangs that act sort of like punctuation. They are mostly used for confirmation after a statement, thereby turning it into a question. They are like the English right. Exactly. They are exactly like right. E.g., you are coming for my party, Abi. You are coming for my party, Shay. You are coming for my party, Ba. So it means that you are confirming if the speaker understands exactly what you're trying to convey, which is it's really popular in Nigeria. So I can say this one can be understood by anyone in Nigeria, maybe. Okay, waiting dey happen, waiting dey solve, waiting gone, you know. So when you say waiting, it means what? Exactly what? It means what? Waiting be this, waiting happen. And waiting now, like okay, what's happening? What's going on? What is this? Waiting. If you give someone something and they're like waiting, it means they're asking, what is this? So there are so many ways that you can use waiting to pinpoint your idea easily. Number 10 is you dey craze, you dey kolo. You dey craze means you are mad. But people usually say it just so that people don't take them for granted. Like when you give them a very ridiculous uh, talk, or you've given them an advice and you want them to actually act on it, and they're like, "Sure, you crazy? Are you crazy?" Instead of "Are you crazy?" Like meaning, "Oh, that's too ridiculous." They can say you dey craze, you and who? Or when you are disrespectful to some people and they are so furious and they want to respond, they can like you dey craze, me and you, are you serious right now? You know, you dey craze is like you are trying to set a standard, like please open your eyes and look at the person you're talking to, listen to what he just said. So my note, it's this verb means to go crazy or mad. That's craze and kolo. And the craze can mean literally or metaphorically, depending on the context. This can have meaning literally and metaphorically depending on the context. Like you don't kolo or you don't craze. So if you are deciding not to use you day, which is the pidgin English, you can use craze. This is not English like the normal English. It's a pidgin. It's part of pidgin English. So if you use pidgin kolo and then you use other English or you use other pidgin English, it still goes like it's still colloquial language use. So you don't kolo, you don't craze, you dey craze, you dey kolo. You know, everything drive home the point, and it makes the listener know exactly what you mean. I hope this have been really helpful. Number 11 is e choke. Whenever you say this, you have to put your hand on your neck like e choke, e choke, e choke. E choke literally means it chokes. That's just it. Like it chokes, it resists my airflow. Oluwa, wetin be this, you know? Uh, However, in the street language, it is an exclamatory remark for something overwhelmingly or extremely impressive. Like maybe you wrote an exam, and in the exam you came first. You broke all the barriers. You were able to get things done, and you were applauded or you are awarded. So whenever I tell people, "Oh, hello, regarding that exam, I passed it with flying colors," Ichok, you know, they want to celebrate with you. They are telling you that you have done really well. And then maybe when you buy new things like a new house, you buy a new car, and people see the car and they're like, "Oh, look at this type of car, it choke," you know. So that makes a very pretty meaning for it choke. It's always celebratory, and it was actually said by Davido, one of the musicians of Afrobeat in Nigeria, and it trended from him till now. It's still in use. Yeah. Then number 12 is God when. This is like a question, a rhetorical question, because of course we're not expecting response, verbal response from God. So for some, it's a prayer, especially it is used when you desire and admire something you've seen, but it is commonly used to refer to a dream relationship. Like when you see a couple that are really doing well, and say, "Oh God, when will I have this kind of love?" You know, or God, when will I be able to travel like this person? When will I be able to study more like this person? You know, God, when. It's like you're praying and then you're also wishing. And it is usually said after seeing something good, like something good that has happened to other people. You say, God, when. Oluwa nigba wo. Yeah, that's that. And number 13, we have we move. We move. So it's a way Nigerians say life goes on. You know, waffle stories often end with, but then we move. So whenever anybody says that, you should know that it means that Nigerians cannot kill themselves. They have tried their best. They say, "See, we move, we move." You cannot even. I cannot come and die. Okay, we also say that as a slang. I cannot come and kill myself. We move. Like you've tried, you've attempted to get a job, and then you got a response from the company or from the institute, and you're told that, "Oh, we're sorry, we're not going to be able to continue with your applications." And then you check it and you're like, "Babe, I didn't get that job." Ah, but anyway, we move. That means the life goes on. So yeah, that's what it means. Number 14, má fọ́. Má fọ́, ọmọ ìyá mi, mo wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Má fọ́ means don't break. Okay, let's read it first. It means don't break, but in the real sense, it is saying don't be intimidated or don't be bothered. It's simply used as má fọ́, which can also mean don't worry. Exactly. Má fọ́ means don't worry. And má fọ́ is actually promising to the person that they say it to, because when you say má fọ́, it means I'm with you. Don't worry, we're together. I'm right behind you. You don't have to worry about anything. So mafo is like a reassuring word that you say to your friends or your family, you know, like, don't worry about it. Mafo, everything will be all right. Don't worry, everything will be all right. So yeah, that's that on mafo. Number 15, and maybe the last. Then number 15 is Emilokon. The background of this word is actually very funny, but I don't want to go into that right now. If you're Nigerian, I know you're already smiling. So Emilokon has different spellings, as you can see. You can spell it up or you can write it based on the grammar, Yoruba grammar writing. So Emilokon or Emilokon. As you may spell it, it simply means that it is my turn or I'm the next. So when you're on a queue and people wants to come in front of you, you know, they want to jump the queue and you don't want them to do that. You can say, Emilokon, you know, it's my turn. Please move back. That's just exactly the best use of it. Like, okay, it's my turn. Just let me do my thing. I'm the next. So yeah, that's that on the pidgin Nigerian slangs and some Yorubas there because I'm a Yoruba girl. And if you have others, feel free to add it to the comment section. I can't wait to read all of your slangs today. And thank you for watching. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always checking in. And if you're just coming across this video, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Thank you very much. Ayonike Seyo.